Now the second part of this problem now, dealing with the Heyman Company bonds, it reads again like this. Heyman Company bonds have 4 years left to maturity. Interest is paid annually, and the bonds have a $1,000 par value or face value, and pay a coupon rate or stated rate of 9%. And again, the second part of this now sets up what's known as a capital loss. That is, it says what is the yield to maturity at the current market price of, in this case, $1,104. So in the second scenario now, the bond is selling at a premium in the market. That is, we're going to pay $1,104 for it today. 4 years down the road, we're going to get $1,000 for it. So, we're buying high and selling low kind of thing. You have a capital loss there. Well, again, the question becomes, as an investor, if I pay $1,104 for an investment today, and from that investment I get $90 every year for 4 years, and then $1,000 4 years from now, what rate of return would I earn on that investment? And this is a bond, so they refer to return as the yield to maturity. And again, in this problem now, we're going to use the approximate yield to maturity. In the numerator now, the annual interest this bond pays, which is 9% of $1,000, or $90, paid annually. And in the parentheses in the numerator, the price of the bond at maturity, $1,000, minus the price of the bond now, which is $1,104. That's a capital loss. You don't get that capital loss all in 1 year, it's spread out over 4 years. In the denominator, the average value of the bond, again, 1,000 plus 1104 divided by 2. So the numerator becomes $64. So if we buy this bond, the average inflow we get is going to be $64. And that inflow is two things now. The income return, the interest on the bond, and the capital gain or loss on the bond. That all nets out in this problem will be $64 a year. $1,052 is the average value of the bond over the remaining 4 years of its life. Average inflow over average value gets us the approximate yield of maturity. In your calculator, 0.0608, the decimal equivalent of 6.08%. In the B part of this problem, they say if the bond's price was $8.29, would you buy the bond if your required return was 12%? Well, in the first part of this problem, when the bond's price was $8.29, we found out that the approximate yield of maturity of the bond at that price was 14.52%. Our minimum acceptable return is 12%. Would you be happy with 14.5%? Yes. So if we can buy the bond at a yield greater than what we require, yes indeed, we would buy the bond.